What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and after the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League, it was met with overwhelming positivity from fans who have been asking for this movie for a long time, and they finally got it. Whether we're talking about audience scores for Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb, whether we're talking about social media interaction, where Snyder Cut, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and Restore the SnyderVerse have been trending. Google searches for Justice League sequel have been at an all-time high, infinitely higher than it was back in 2017. What does Warner Brothers decide to do? With all of the reaction and the positivity about Zack Snyder's Justice League and interest in continuing the path, what do? They come out and they throw cold water on the fans and try to convince everyone that there is no hope for a future, that it is indeed a cul-de-sac, that there is no more SnyderVerse, that they are done. And a lot of people do not like that news. Let's take a look at this piece from Variety, which we do have to say, Variety has been a mouthpiece for Warner Brothers over the past several years. A lot of things that were very anti-Zack Snyder and anti-Snyder Cut came out on Variety. And I do just want to say again, I made a video a day ago on this channel detailing a few of the things that happened on the Zack Snyder charity stream. I'm going to keep my thoughts focused on my actual thoughts on the movie and not any of that outside stuff. So just want to put that out there. Warner Media's Ann Sarnoff on Zack Snyder's Justice League and DC's future. Warner Media Studios CEO Ann Sarnoff says the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League will complete the director's superhero trilogy, reinforcing the studio's desire to move past the social media campaign to hand control of the DC film universe to the filmmaker. Instead, Sarnoff believes the future of DC is seen more than just movies. She's excited about the multi-platform future, one that sees Batman, Superman, The Flash, and other Justice League members popping up on streaming shows, TV shows, and video games, all these things, blah, 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 blah. Talking about echoing the MCU. The Warner Media Studios chief is also excited about the diverse range of creators from Between the World and Me author Ta-Nehisi Coates, who's being brought on for Black Superman with J.J. Abrams, and also mentioning the Blue Beetle project that's currently in the works. But everyone is focused on what she said about Zack Snyder and what she said about Justice League, because we all know the fans have been asking for this and demanding this. The interactions for this have dwarfed the MCU's Falcon and Winter Soldier, which came out. I think the MCU and Marvel probably regret not pushing this back a little more because they got buried. I don't know what the final numbers are going to be. We haven't seen the analytics, but we do know that it has been absolutely massive and that it really overshadowed a lot of things that the MCU wanted to do. Why did you decide to release Zack Snyder's Justice League? We wanted to give Zack the opportunity to complete his vision in a 4-hour movie, which is impossible in theaters. Is it? I don't think it's really impossible. I think it's pretty doable, to be honest with you. We're happy to have HBO Max to let the rope out, as it were, and allow the fans to see all 4 hours of Zack's vision. Get the fuck out of here, ad. What are your plans going forward with DC? We've got an incredible group of creators, TV series, Max series creators, feature film creators, who are basically broadening the base of talent, what we got to work with in the DCU. We're so excited of potential to build out the DC multiverse. Interesting, because if you want to build out the DC multiverse, the SnyderVerse sure seems like a great avenue. If you're all about the multiverse, I feel like everything that happened and the multitude of fans that are excited about what they saw with Zack Snyder's Justice League, whether they were fans before or have been converted, because there are a lot of people out there that love the hell out of this movie, even if they weren't huge fans of Batman v Superman. That seems like something you'd want to tie in. It's one of the reasons I was hired almost 2 years ago. The before and after was very siloed organization with no connectivity between businesses. DC was being developed, but in kind of a monolithic way in each division. My mantra coming in was to make it bigger and broader. We really want to surprise and delight the fans with more connective tissue across various media and platforms, movies, HBO Max, TVs, and games. Again, now here is where people really started paying attention. The Snyder Cut came because of a fan campaign online. Do you feel like you need to strike a balance between being responsive to fans and charting your own course as a company? How responsive do you believe DC should be? And of course she gives well, of course we want to listen to our fans, but at the same time, we have to keep our integrity intact and do what we feel is best to do. That's kind of the answer you would have expected from that. But the fact is, we know what the fans are calling for right now. It's fairly obvious. It's evident. It's been trending for fucking weeks now. That is what the fans want, definitively. Maybe not everyone, but a lot of people. There's also been a toxic side to the fandom, with reports that critics and some of your executives have received threats for not endorsing the Snyder Cut or being perceived as standing in the way. What's your reaction? We're not tolerating any of that. That behavior is reprehensible no matter what franchise you're talking about. It's completely unacceptable. I'm disappointed in the fans that have chosen to go that negative place with regard to DC. It's disappointing because we want this to be a safe place. It feels safe and inclusive with DC. All right, obviously, no one fucking condones death threats. No one condones violence. Of course, no fucking reasonable people do. But the vast majority of fans are not that. So shout out Variety. Fuck you. The new campaign for Release the Snyder Cut has moved to a new phase. Now, Restore the SnyderVerse. What's your reaction? Here it is. I appreciate that they love Zack's work, and we're very thankful for his many contributions. We're so happy he could bring his cut of Justice League to life that wasn't in the plan until about a year ago. With that comes the completion of his trilogy. Interesting, I didn't know he had a trilogy. I thought he was just the architect for the DCEU, but no, this is his trilogy, evidently. We're very happy we've done this, but we're very excited about the plans we have for all the multi-dimensional DC characters that are being developed right now. So that's a no. They do not want that. Warner Brothers continues to try to say that they do not want anything to do with Zack Snyder's vision going forward, even though the fans are continuously saying that they do. This one also we need to talk about. Will there be more of these director's cuts? Will we see David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad? We won't be developing David Ayer's cut. Damn, that's pretty brutal and to the point. So there it is. That's basically all you really need to know. And you can scroll through these reactions. People are pissed off about this. People are upset at this with all the fan positivity that is out there in reaction to the Snyder Cut. But it may not be over because, as Cultured Nerd points out on Instagram, just got off a very interesting phone call. Sounds like the final decision isn't up to Anne at all. Her boss is a fan of Snyder, and they may very well force things along. And of course, they're talking about Jason Kilar, the CEO of Warner Media, who is Anne Sarnoff's boss. So Jason Kilar is the one hope that there still is out there, to be honest with you, to do something with HBO Max, as opposed to Anne Sarnoff. I guess we'll see, won't we? I guess we will see, but I know one thing, that people love this movie. The vast majority of people feel very positively about it. Even the people that really don't like it are still like, yeah, it was a lot better. And to be honest with you, the consensus that there is around this movie, there's only really a couple other movies in DC in recent history that have been received this way. But yet you want to go ahead and roll the dice, go with J.J. Abrams, go with all this identity politics stuff. Just listen, we have something here that the fans want and the fans are asking for. Listen to the fans, Warner Brothers. But I think a lot of us feel like there may not be too much hope for that. But there are still a lot of people out there that will be tweeting Restore the SnyderVerse over and over and over again, trying to tell them that that is what they want. What do you think about all of this? Do you think this is just a PR move, putting it out there to try to damp down all of the positivity? Do you think that Warner Brothers will ever let this happen? Will Warner Media, Jason Kilar, will he ever let this happen? Will we see more Zack Snyder in the future? Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.